Hello everyone. Welcome to Reading History number 13. I'm back to reading the diary after a break where I had focused on Great Uncle Ernest's letters from World War I. I'm also excited to let you know that during the Christmas holidays, I had been home on the farm visiting my mom and brother for Christmas, and during that time we had done some cleaning up in the attic. I had discovered 3 more letters from Great Uncle Ernest buried at the bottom of a box of cards. One of these letters is from somewhere in France, and 2 are from Shorncliffe in England. He was in a hospital recovering from his injuries. These letters help to fill in some of the blanks, and I will soon add these to my World War I letter series. So now I will begin with Wednesday, April the 1st, 1903. Today was too warm for the sap to run well, as we scarcely got a milk can of sap. The fields are drying up very rapidly. This afternoon for a while a constant hum of flies and bees could be heard about the boiling place. Pa finished splitting wood today. Thursday, April the 2nd. We spent today in cleaning seed oats. This forenoon we went over to Alec Abercrombie's and cleaned 50 pounds of oats, which Pa had bought at 30 cents. This afternoon we cleaned oats at home. There was a good deal of thunder and lightning this evening. Friday, April the 3rd. It rained most of the day today, but this evening it turned to snow. The rain came from the north, and in so many of the trees are sheeted in ice. We finished cleaning our seed grain today. Saturday, April the 4th. There was a considerable snow on the ground this morning, and so we took in a pig we sold last week on the sleigh. This afternoon we hauled out manure on the sleigh over to the other barn. We got possession of the other farm today. Monday, April the 6th. Yesterday was a colder day than any we had in March. The snow will put back the spring work a good deal. Tuesday, April the 7th. A good deal of the snow went away today. We worked in the barn over at the other place, putting braces on the big beams and post. Wednesday, April the 8th. We worked in the other barn today. We gathered the little sap there was today. The fields are in much worse condition for cultivation than they were a week ago. Alec Abercrombie is plowing in the old school ground. Mr. Constance are building a wire fence along their line these days. Thursday, April the 9th. We brought home about all of our sap cans today, but 30. This evening, Pa and Ma went up to Mr. James Allen's. Friday, April the 10th. Today was Good Friday. We worked over at the other barn today. We boys hauled out manure, and Pa worked on the barn roof. Saturday, April the 21st. We brought home the last of the sap buckets today. Ma considers we have made 25 gallons of syrup and 75 pounds of sugar. There was a good eclipse of the moon this evening visible here. Wednesday, April the 22nd. We sowed our first grain today. It was spring wheat, and we put it in the field next Alec Abercrombie's orchard. Friday, April the 24th. We sowed our peas today. The ground is drying up fast, and if it keeps dry, we will be able to go right on with the spring work. Tuesday, May the 12th. We finished sowing our grain today. We have sown about 6 or 7 acres of spring wheat, sown 4 1/2 acres of peas, 9 acres of barley, 28 acres of oats, and 4 acres of spelts. We sowed it back in the little field at the back end. We seeded down about 25 acres for hay. Most of the neighbors are done now, although Mr. Moody's next to us are not. We have still, of course, our corn and potatoes to plant yet. We have today's rolling to do yet. We have had an exceptionally good spring for sowing our grain, as the weather was not too warm, as it often is, and we were not delayed any by wet weather. Thursday, May the 28th. We planted most of our corn today on the other place in the front field next to our place. There is a great need for rain here now, and very little has fallen since before we started to put in the crop. Some people's grass is getting very short, and though ours is better than some still, our cattle will soon be needing more too. We have been having very windy weather for the past week. Tuesday, June the 9th. We raised the barn yesterday on the other place. Uncle Robert Allen had the job. We had the first fall of rain on Sunday evening that we got since April. There was a great need of rain here. Friday, June the 12th. There has been a continuous fall of rain since yesterday evening. There was a great need of rain here, and some of the grain was going back in its growth. The corn has just made its appearance this week, but most of it is coming up fairly well. Monday, June the 21st. We commenced the stone foundation under the barn over at the other place today. Ed Wills, one of the men who worked at the building of our silo, has the building of it. A brother of his is helping him. We will soon begin the work on our gangway today. We did our roads work last week. Monday, October the 19th. We plowed in the field opposite the grove today. Today was the first whole day I spent plowing this fall. I broke a point on the sulky plow this evening. We got a horse from Jim Gibson and started plowing with 2 teams this morning. We kept the cows in for the first time last night. Today was Alice and Hattie James' birthday. We just commenced plowing a week ago today. The ground is very heavy and the horses should require much watching. Tuesday, October the 20th. We were plowing in the same field again today and have most of it done. Alec Abercrombie has been putting out manure with 2 teams yesterday and today. Wednesday, October the 21st. We commenced plowing in the piece on this side of the dike. Lloyd and Leslie dug out several big chunks of stone today there. Thursday, October 22nd. Alec was 11 years old today. We plowed in the same field today as yesterday. The ground is very stiff and hard to plow. Friday, October 23rd. We plowed today in the same field as yesterday. I wore my mitts all day. This afternoon, Paul went to the funeral of Mr. Jason Dodds, Glen Tay, who died of appendicitis Tuesday. Saturday, October the 24th. I plowed alone all day today in the field this side of the dike. This morning, Paul went up to the cheese factory. The cheese inspector was there and tested each person's milk and made the discovery that Louis Badour's milk was adulterated. Alice and I went down to Mr. T.A. Moody's this evening, as today was Russell's 17th birthday. Monday, October the 26th. There was snow on the ground this morning and the day was quite cool. I plowed in the field flat out front of the house on the other place. This evening, Paul went in to a church meeting. Tuesday, October 27th. It was not quite as cool today as yesterday. We commenced plowing today. We plowed in the field along the lane in the swamp at home today. Wednesday, October the 28th. I did my first plowing with the walking plow today. I plowed from noon until 4 o'clock. I found my chief difficulty in watching the depths and should not care to plow all day or where there was many stones. Thursday, October 29th. I was 16 today. I did some more plowing with the walking plow again today. We have been keeping the cows in at nights and giving them ensilage for some time. Friday, October the 30th. Pa took 2 spring pigs to town this forenoon. They weighed 195 each. Pa said that he did not think he ever saw so many pigs in town as once before. The price of hogs per pound is 5 cents. Saturday, October 31st. We plowed over the field in front of the house. The ground is very stiff there. Monday, November 2nd. Alex Abercrombie threshed this afternoon and Pa and I went over. I was on the sheaves. Grandpa Poole was up today and Alice went home with him. Tuesday, November the 3rd. We finished threshing at Alex Abercrombie's today. I cut bands for a whole time this afternoon. This is the first time I ever cut bands much. It was in that Pa first cut bands. The mill was Wilson and Wilson's mill. It went to Mr. Hughes from Alex. Wednesday, November the 4th. Mr. Hogan's threshed today. Both Pa and I went. We are having very balmy weather now and have been leaving the stable door open for some nights. So there I will finish today, as Ernest now skips over the remainder of 1903 and all of 1904 and begins the end of this diary with 1905, which I will read in my next video. Hope you have enjoyed this, and thank you as always for listening to Reading History with Great Uncle Ernest.